McCarthy's punt is up and away, end over end. Williams lets it take a bounce at the 23-yard line, and the Pumas will down it at the 21-yard line. So a punt of around 35 yards or so for McCarthy. And that's where Sink and company for the Bears will take over on the Basha 21-yard line.
All right, so for our YouTube people, we got the stream back up. Still on Sports 360 AZ live as well. So for our one viewer that's still on the other link, it is back in. Trying to see if we can get back, and so we'll get on Twitter and tell everybody it's back up.
Well, someone else that is back is the Bears, and on first down, they have a good run going for about 6 yards on the play, and on the carry, Andrew Fernandez, senior running back, taking it, like I said, 6 or 7 yards. They rule at 7, keeping the Bears on schedule on first down.
Yeah, nice gain on first down again, man. Nothing not working tonight for these guys so far, and so.
For Fernandez, that's only his 70th carry of the year. Definitely not one of the more popular guys in the backfield, but taking advantage of his last regular season touches. He's still in the game to Sink's left, and he gets the ball once again. Fernandez doing all the work on this drive, gets up to the line of scrimmage, up to the markers as well, and it looks like he's got just enough for a first down. Well, Brian, you said of the Bears offensively not meeting a lot of resistance up front from the Pumas. They've been able to do more or less whatever they've wanted to. Now come out in an empty set here, 4 wide, tight end to the left here. Actually, no, slot receiver, that's Williams, so 5 wide set. Sink gets the snap, throws on the flat on the near side, and play's not going very far. It ends up being a quiet gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, just quick out to Barney right here, and then just kind of try to see if he can make something happen. And, well, you know, 4 yards, just like an extended run play. It's not like they're trying to do anything too big, and if they end up breaking one, they end up breaking one. So no harm done, and pretty safe play for this offense.
Another 5 wide set here for Basha. Williams, the slot man on the far side. Almost looked like a false start, but Williams gets the ball. He's got 2 Pumas in front of him, spins around trying to make something happen, tackled from behind, but he turned a gain of nothing into a gain of 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Pumas running, everybody running that ball, trying to get in there and make a tackle, and still able to pick up positive yardage there on the play. So 3rd and short here, the way they've been running the ball. See if they do it again straight ahead to one of their backs.
Seems like it's tailor-made for someone like Caleb Jones. Just give him the ball and let him go straight up the gut. Looks like Barney's actually the tailback here in the pistol formation. He shifts over to Sink's left. And another toss play to Barney on the outside. This time the Pumas had it red. Question is all about the spotting. It looks like it's going to be short by just about a yard. So now it's decision time for Basha, 4th and less than a yard.
A little bit of problem with the exchange here. You can see it kind of flips out of his hands, and so he's able to flip it out there. They're very lucky not to turn that ball over, and so as it was received by Sink, it just kind of flopped out of there. You're thinking about Sink, another odd number for a quarterback.
34.
You see a lot of 34s. It's almost reminds you of the Doug Flutie number 20 from back in the BC days. Yes, not before Christ. That's Boston College
That's
days.
right.
And so
look at this. They bring out the chain gang to come get a measurement, and that is short by about that much. Now, yeah, go ahead.
Actually, I had a buddy that was a quarterback in college, and everybody was fighting over numbers. He had first choice, and he went with 20 just to, because everybody wanted 2 and 6 and all these numbers they thought were cool.
Give me 20.
And he's like, I'll take 20. Everybody's like, 20? Why would you take 20? He's like, Doug Flutie, come on.
Obviously. Oh. What are we doing here? Looks like we're getting a re-measurement.
Move it back to the hash and get the same yardage on it. So
Gotcha.
Measured off ball.
Well, so no matter how many times you do it, the answer's still the same, still short. And the offense still out on the field for Basha. Here we go. Sink lining up under center. I think this seems tailor-made for a little sneak here from Sink. Man goes in motion. They're actually going to give it to the back, going straight up the middle. Let's see where he's at. Looks like on the far side he might have picked it up. Depends on the spot. Nothing being signaled yet. For one thing's for sure, it's definitely close. And they're going to give it to him. That would be a first down.
Basha, there's a lot of raucous crowd over there, a lot of momentum. Coaches are fired up, a little flat on this side. And the Pumas going to have to match the energy. It's just going to end up getting out of hand for him and not able to control this. Again, you let a team that you should pretty much roll through, hang around, and that doesn't spell trouble at any level.
And Basha taking their time too. Started this drive with about 5 or 6 minutes left, and we're under 2.5 left to go in the first quarter. They still hold that 7-0 lead. And Sink gets the snap, and he did lose the fumble. It's on the ground still. He doesn't realize it's right behind him, and it looks like he was able to jump on it just in time before any Pumas were able to get there. And now we have a flag coming in late. It looks like it might be on Basha, but they avoid disaster, at least for the time being.
Yeah, I can see here it's kind of a exchange, gets a little bump here, bobbled, didn't decide to pull it. Jordan tries to grab it and not able to get it, and Sink able to figure out it was right behind him on his back. So I'm not sure how he knew it was there, but pretty good job of him and awareness-wise finding that ball.
Flag thrown in after the play, so we'll check the call here. Looks like it's going against the Bears. And they call a personal foul against Basha, so that'll back him up 15 yards. And that's after the play as well, so it'll still be second down and even longer. Second and 30 for the Bears, and things get a little louder now on the Perry side of the field. I don't think Basha would mind having the ball for the next minute 50, get out of the first quarter with the lead. Sink moves Jones into motion, now wants to throw over the middle. A miscommunication between him and Williams. Williams ran the corner, and Sink threw the go route, falling incomplete.
Yeah, Roche got a little excited there, thought he might have a shot at it, but not able to run that thing down. And so Pumas finally getting some defensive pressure up front and getting Basha in a 3rd and forever here. See if they can get the ball back to this offense and see if those big screen TVs on the side of the field have helped anybody out, figuring out what this Basha defense is doing so far to this Puma offense to make them not get a lot of yardage.
See if Basha have a little bit of magic in them here, though. 3rd and 30 from their own 23. That's Barney, who just shifted over to Sink's right. Sink with the little shovel pass inside to Jones. He's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. The Pumas were ready for that, and they wrap it up in the backfield.
Yeah, Sabetta is all over this. You can see here on the replay that Sabetta from that inside linebacker position sees it right away. Really comes unblocked. He's manned up on that guy, and he was not doing anything. So good job by Sabetta.
Berger back deep to return, standing on his 35-yard line. And Bass will punt away for the Bears here with about a minute and some change left over. Punt is up and away. Spiraling kick that Berger wants no part of. He lets it take a bounce at the 45, and it rolls all the way to the Perry 34-yard line. And that's where they'll start. They actually rule at the 35. So with 55 seconds left, the Pumas will have their best field position to start a drive so far tonight.
Yeah, and it's got to establish something. The first 2 drives really kind of nothing consistent, and got a decent run. And couple pass plays, but just really too much pressure up front. The line's not holding up very well inside.
Well, he had a touchdown from Chubba Purdy called back because of a hold. And since that call, it's kind of sucked the momentum, the air out of John Wren Stadium so far. Here's on first down, it's Purdy. They run the same play that he scored the touchdown on, and it works again. Picks up an easy 12 to 13 yards. Pumas pick up a quick first down. And that's easy doing right there. Only a 5-second play, and they already have the ball up to the 45-yard line. Shotgun set the give to the running back, Miles, his first carry of the night. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and he's not going any further than that. That was Barney on the tackle for Basha. They end up giving him a pity yard of 1.
Momentum yard. Momentum.
Yeah, exactly. Second and 9 now. Probably going to be either the last or next to last play of the quarter. Purdy wants to run again, and he's got nowhere to go. Puts his shoulder down, tries to avoid getting hit hard. Picks up a yard on that one before being knocked out of bounds. 3rd and 8 now for the Pumas with 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I can see Purdy there really kind of strung it out. He strung it out. He had nothing doing, so gonna go to the well a little too much. And that end did a great job of holding his water there.
Well, here we go. 3rd and 9 from the 46. Purdy fakes the give, wants to throw. Jukes out. Gilbert on that one. He's got some room to run on the near side, and he'll pick up the first down. Flag on the play. He jogs to the marker. A little interesting there. He had a lot of room. It looked like if he gave a full sprint, could have picked up more than just the 9 yards. Check the penalty, though, but as it stands right now, it'll be a first down for the Pumas.
I see. I don't know if he saw the flag maybe, and maybe thought it was on them, but yeah, this is a weird,
it's a strange
play here. He's just kind of jogging, and maybe he saw the flag down, figure it was on him, and it's not. So
still conference going on, but yeah, that was definitely out of the ordinary for Chubba on that one. Looks like maybe he just saw the marker. That's all he saw and wanted to pick it up. I'm not sure. I'm not inside that helmet. Flag is a hold against the Bears, so it'll be a first down regardless.
Yeah, it's bad for him to assume that penalty's on you and not run it out. You never know, and so could pick it up or something else. So the effort there is a little odd from a player that usually goes pretty hard.
It'll be first down from the Basha 35 after the penalty, with only a second left to go in the quarter. So this will be the last play of the first quarter. Perry's been shut out so far in this one, and Purdy will keep himself on the option, and there he goes to the near side, trying to hurdle over. Barney has a first down at the 20-yard line, and that'll end the first quarter with a little bit of a bang.
Yeah, I can see here just kind of straight ahead, pulls the H-back around. Nice block by McGrain, and pulls the first down.
Well, that's the end of our first quarter here at John Wren Stadium. Basha with a 7-0 lead against the Pumas here in the Val Vista rivalry. Perry will be in good field position, though, to kick off the second quarter at the 20-yard line with a new set of downs. Well, at the end of the first quarter, Brian, well, actually, first thing I want to ask you, what are the odds that there's a copyright claim filed for this music they got playing in the background in the stands over here? What are the odds on that?
I'm guessing it's probably about 90-10 that we're going to get kicked off on this one. So maybe it's muddled enough. Maybe we're just hearing it more in our headsets than it's actually playing. But
I'll tell you what, they're having a good time over in the student section. That much can never be doubted. 1st and 10 on the field from the 20-yard line as we kick off the second quarter. Purdy rolling to the near side, wants to throw and does so, finds his receiver. That looks like Holdridge on the reception. No, actually, Matthew McGrain, the senior tight end, picks up about 4 on that catch.
Yeah, McGrain, good job here by McGrain. McGrain just kind of releases and a little boot action here, and McGrain able to flood that area, and Chubbo takes the easy pickup and moves the chain.
Give him a gain of 5 here. Purdy one to go on the far side. Now throws it to McGrain again on the little almost trick play there. Going one way and end up going the other. Near the line to gain. It'll be a first down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they like to run this tight end screen. So the one thing that McGrain didn't do enough, he didn't sell it enough. He needs to hold that block a little bit longer, lets him go. But picked up the first down. And McGrain, a player that does a lot for this team, and a player that's fought through some adversity on the year. He actually lost his mother earlier this year during this football season in a really tragic accident. And so he's persevered through a lot this year, and his team's really held him up and helped him through this season.
Well, on 1st and goal from the 10, Purdy take it straight up the middle and straight into the end zone. Touchdown, Chubba Purdy. There's the efforts from Chubba on that one. He takes it 10 yards, and the Pumas a point after from tying up the game.
Yeah, you can kind of see now what they're going to do. They just want to try to power these guys down, take advantage. A little hold there, maybe. A little necktie there in the middle of it. So, but no call, and Pumas able to finally convert, get the offense going.
And McCarthy will come on for the point after. And a whistle coming from behind the line of scrimmage. And Puma being forced off the field there. And to bring on another man. There we go. Now we're ready for the point after. Clean snap, clean hold, and the kick is through the uprights. And we are all tied at 7 apiece. 7-7 our score from John Wren Stadium on senior night and the night, of course, of the Val Vista rivalry. You never know what you're going to get out of these types of games. And I don't know about you, Brian, but for me, does it feel like this Perry team has come out maybe a little flat in this game?
Yeah, early definitely, and I think it's it's a hangover from last week and what happened, and it's one of those things. It's high school kids, and it's hard to recover from these things. And they don't see Basha as a huge threat. And they had that big game last week where they're kind of hyped up for, and didn't really work out well. And Basha's been down, and so it's hard to keep these kids up every week. And but that drive kind of woke them up a little bit. You can see a little bit more urgency in it, but the defense has come out and played some more urgency too. Really, the thing that stopped Basha last drive was a couple penalties there, moved them back, and some mistakes with some mishandles of the ball by the quarterback. So Basha's got to still feel good about the way their offense has been going, and that defense for the Pumas has to do something to slow these guys down.
Well, McCarthy in his kickoffs was practicing the pooch kick, and he does it right there. Kick is caught at the 22-yard line to be returned. Oh, a nasty juke move. How about that? Return taken to the 37-yard line. That's Camden Mateen, a receiver with that nasty ankle breaker. That was tough to watch, Brian.
Yeah, it was a nice little pooch. You see the pooch, and sometimes you take the pooch, you don't know who you're kicking to, and there it goes. They're going to be watching that one. Films tomorrow. Dwight Murray is going to get a little bit of flack from his teammates during films tomorrow for sure.
That's going to be on Mateen's huddle by the end of the night. 11:01 left to go here in the first half. 7-7 score between these two teams. Perry has won 4 straight games over Basha, dating back to 2016. trying to pick up their 5th in a row here. Ball on the 36 for Sink. Low snap, he recovers. Give right up the middle to Fernandez, and he loses a yard. Tackled at the 35.
Yeah, nice job by Sabetta coming off the edge there and blowing that thing up. Or Ja'Kias Mayberry looked like too in there on the tackle. So good job by Puma defense on that first down play and get them in a position where they have to kind of think about throwing the ball downfield instead of this dink and dunk stuff they've been getting away with so far early in this game.
Be interesting to see how much time that Basha let run off the clock as well. There's another shovel pitch over to the far side. That's Barney on the carry. He picks up good chunk of yardage there, makes it 3rd and manageable all the way to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, the Pumas showing something on defense too they hadn't been doing earlier in the drive. They're playing man-to-man across the board and kind of getting in the face of the receivers, and so kind of changing the way that they're able to put pressure and not allow those really quick passes, and see if they stay with that the whole rest of the game.
It almost seems like Perry realized of the physical advantages that they have over the Bears offensive line and realized, hey, perhaps let's go after these guys a little bit.
Yeah, I realize Zion Williams is a very good receiver, but he is 5'9" on a good day, probably 5'8", 130 pounds. So we might want to be physical with them in the high school level. You can get away with a lot. So
3rd and 4 now. They throw the ball. They're looking for Barney just over his head. If it was on target, it would have been a nice completion for a big gain. Instead, Sink can't keep it on the field, overthrowing his receiver. 4th down.
Yeah, that might have something to do with, you know, a kid that really started the year running back, playing quarterback for you. I don't think he signed up for 34 at the beginning of the season thinking he was be at the quarterback position. So doing what they can, but then again, forcing them to throw the ball downfield, Perry's best bet on defense, and really kind of putting him in a position where he's got to throw a ball more than 15 yards, and I think that's going to cause a lot of problems for this Basha offense.
Bass is on to punt again, and he gets it away. End over end kick, and it's Berger who lets it take a bounce at the 27, and is touched down at the 25-yard line. So that's where the Pumas will start with 9:19 left to go here in the first half.
So it's a nice drive. You saw a different
Puma offense coming back onto the field now after that successful last drive. Able to move the ball. Perhaps woke up the team a little bit. 5 wide set here for Purdy. Gets the snap, throwing slant over the middle. It's caught by Young, brought down from behind. Nice play, picking up 14 yards up to the 40-yard line and a new set of downs.
Yeah, too easy there. Jordan Young is a guy who, if he gets that ball in his hands a little bit of space, is going to cause a lot of problems for his defense. And Bash is still kind of scrambling here, trying to get set, trying to get the call in. And
quarterback draw here for Purdy. Runs into the back of his own man, keeps his feet moving, and is taken down at midfield at the 49-yard line, a yard short of the line to gain. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, Basha mixing up coverages here and dropped out 8 in that play. And really, if Purdy doesn't run up the back of his quarterback, he may still, or his guard, he may still be running here. But
I see the Basha band. They made the trip over just down the street. Purdy gives to his running back, and that's going backwards. Loss of a couple yards there. That looked like Day on the carry.
Yeah, Caleb Jones just kind of blows this thing up really quickly as we see the band again. Sorry about the little thing. And here comes Jones, unblocked from the nose guard position.
It's hard to get around if you're running back.
No, I got to have some room to run, and even the best running back can't do much if there's a guy meeting him as he gets the handoff.
That was Miles on the carry for the Pumas. 3rd and 4 now. Purdy having to make something happen. Throws outside to Young. Young trying to make a man miss. Can't do it, but he's got more than enough for a first down. And you and I were talking before the game. Young is someone we like to see to get the ball more, and he's definitely done that tonight.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll break out of the tackle. Shambaugh did a great job of making that play and grabbing on and like defending against that spin move that Young is very successful at. He's low center of gravity, quick, and so he's able to usually get away from guys on there, but nice job by Shambaugh making that tackle.
Ball at the 42-yard line, 7:20 and counting here in the second. As Purdy gives, and that's Nathaniel Miles breaking past the first line of defense, picks up enough for a first down up to the 31-yard line. He keeps the Janes moving for a gain of 11.
Yeah, Miles here you can see is kind of bring power across, tight end, pull the tackle, little trap action, and breaks some arm tackles. Does a nice job of getting positive yardage. Doesn't dance in the hole.
Keeps the feet moving and picks up a first down. Purdy now on the run play. Chase from Jones. Gets to the outside. Trying to hurdle him and almost ended up stomping his helmet. Flag comes in. 2 flags actually. Another flag comes in late. See what all the commotion is for, but he tried to hurdle over a Basha player. And you'll see on the replay here, it looked like he actually kicked him.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're allowed to hurdle in high school is part of the problem here. And so they see it in the NFL and they see it in college, but I'm not sure. You can see the hurdle there. You're allowed to do it. So let's see what the call here is.
Try to hurdle over Shambaugh, and like I said, it looked like he spiked him in the helmet. Ball's coming back here, so it looks like it'll probably be, what would you call that? Probably a personal foul?
Yeah, it's a. I want to see if the ref would jump to indicate that it was hurdling, but I think it was a hurdling call. So trying to protect the kids on that, and they see, especially in Arizona, it seemed like Manny Wilkins started the whole thing at ASU, and it took off.
It's folklore,
to say the least.
Yeah. So it's 1st and 16 now. Ball at 38. Purdy wanting to throw, improvising. Now just kind of floats it out of bounds, incomplete. The second down.
Pumas almost got an illegal man downfield penalty there as well. They had a lineman that was engaged about 4 yards downfield, but no call.
I'll make it 2nd and 16 now. Purdy gets the play call from the sideline. Tied game between these two teams. Basha battling for a 500 record. After starting the season 4-0, they've dropped their last 5 straight games and are trying to avoid losing their 5th straight game against the Pumas as well. 2nd and 17 now for Purdy. Takes off, trying to bounce outside. Basha ready for it. Now reverses his field, trying to cut up the field on the right hash. Gets to the 30-yard line. That's where he's hit. And he's dropped there. He picks up 8. It'll be 3rd and 9.
That's a nice play here. They get positive yardage on it. Purdy able to kind of follow his blockers, but you know, Caleb Jones is waiting for him. But Chuba's like, okay, Caleb, we'll see you later. I'm going to go back over this way. Nice job finding some room to run and make this somewhat manageable on this 3rd down play.
Purdy in the gun. 7-step drop, wants to throw, has all day, now is flushed out near the line of scrimmage. He almost looked like he stepped down before he threw the ball away. Falls incomplete. I don't know, it looked like he almost had that foot out of bounds before he threw it. Incomplete is the call, so it'll be 4th down, and we'll see what Coach Jones decides to do.
And he rolls out here and he retreats, and not a whole lot of space. See, he's that's just before.
Yeah.
Dangerous throw, though. I don't know who's thrown it to. Almost got picked off. And so, you're going to throw it, get rid of it. So, Sakala almost was the recipient of a gift-wrapped interception there.
When we talk about momentum plays, here's a big one right now. 4th and 8 from the 30-yard line. Puma offense still on the field. Purdy in the backfield by himself. 3-step drop, throws the out route to Young. Did he hang on to it? And they say, no, he did not. Ball's on the ground. You see the official right there telling him it was incomplete. We'll have to see, Brian. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. There's no way to overturn what the official called on the field here. And you see empty backfield, crowd kind of getting into Basha, but yeah, he popped out of there.
Yeah,
I don't know if it
like
hit the ground. It looked like he might have still had it the whole time, but who knows here. And so tough call for the Pumas. They're talking about this though, so let's see.
This is interesting because the defense is on the field, signaling like it's first down.
We'll look at this again. Let's see if we can slow this thing down. Not that slow. It pops out, but his hand's staying under it the whole time. So, well, that ref was right there, but they're still talking. I'm not sure what they're talking about. You can see fighting for it, but still a conversation going on. Ball's not spotted yet. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there it is, right there.
High school referees for it.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. As a referee, if you make that call, I mean,
yeah, you don't want to jump over the guy.
You can't overturn that unless it was blatant, or B, all the other officials are in agreement that a change needs to be made. So Basha will take over on downs at the 30-yard line.
I'm not sure why you have the conversation, though. If you didn't see something completely blatant that it was a catch, why even have the conversation? So it's one of those things.
1st and 10 from the 30 now for the Bears. They give to Fernandez, trying to go off the right side. Can't get past the front line. Picks up about 3 yards. And you see the crowd is getting into it on this side. I don't think they know there's a football game going on.
No, they don't know. Jackson Ford just made a tackle for a loss, or about a 2-yard gain. Nice job by Ford hanging on there, but nice student section going tonight there. Last home game of the season. Senior night for those guys too.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Who's the DJ? I just noticed there's a DJ there.
Well, there's no band, so they bring in a DJ to replace the action the band would give you.
Interesting.
ASU has a DJ in their end zone too, so they're copying
Does
that.
he play in the game? I don't think he plays during the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2nd and 7. Sink throwing out wide, looking for a back shoulder throw. Pass incomplete, looking for Jones. No flags on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
Now this is a nice play, and this is what happens when you try to throw a fade up to a guy when he's defended by a 6'5" converted tight end. Kind of hard to do. Nice job by Brock Lean on the play there.
Well,
yeah, the DJ.
Did they really?
Student section, yeah, he's down there the whole time. You don't go to the student section.
I'm not in the student section,
press
yeah.
box.
So
You go down there with the commoners and know what's going on.
yeah. Well, they're having a good time here, and the Pumas looking to get off the field. Sink throwing for Williams. He had him open. If that throw is there, it'll be a touchdown, but a flag in the backfield. This looks like it might be on the Pumas. A little roughing the passer, perhaps.
I don't know if we have it. Let's see if we hold this shot. Probably a little late.
Oh, you see the hit? Yeah.
I don't know, but it's a full speed play. I don't know what they're calling there. It's not like he lowered his head or anything. It's just, it's almost now if it's a hard hit, they're going to call it. You know, like, ooh, that looked like it was rough. We're going to call that. Now we're saying he's up in the neck area, but
yeah, roughing the passer is the call, so that'll be enough for a Basha 1st down.
This is ASU-esque right here. It's like third and 15, let's take a penalty.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple weeks for those guys up there, too, over in Tempe. Well, ball at the 47 now after the penalty. Basha stays alive again. Remember, they get the ball to start the 2nd half as well, so they have a chance for a 14-point turnaround. They find Williams, and he gets driven into the ground. Oh, my goodness. Jackson Ford just went through Zion Williams.
Yeah, we talked about Williams not being that heavy, and here's Jackson Ford. He's a hardy linebacker.
Oh.
And just shovels him right there. And so nice hit by Ford, and this defense fired up a little bit after a big play, and upset they had to be out there, and they're right back at it. Ford kind of bringing the wood here for this Puma D.
Well, 2nd and 10 here. Clock is not moving. I'm not sure if they stopped it for Williams. He's on the sideline right now. Looks like he doesn't really want to be. Now they start the clock. So they have to send Williams to the sideline, and now they call a timeout. Basha looked disorganized, so they end up burning a timeout there first of the half. They drop down to 2 left with 4:09 left to go in the half. It's 2nd and 10 from the Basha 47-yard line. Well, statistically, when you look at the team's schedules, their records, they're very similar. Perry at 5-4, Basha at 4-5. And you see the student section right there. See, what's the point of the DJ if they're singing their own songs? Is my question.
Are they still singing Sweet Caroline?
Oh, they're singing the cult classic Mo Bamba, I believe.
Maybe they don't know Jump Around. Maybe that's a little bit.
That's too old.
A little bit before their time. Cypress Hill, you know.
They'll prefer Sheck West any day. All right, back to the football now. 2nd and 10, 4:09 left to go in the half. Ball at the 47. And they give to Barney, trying to bounce outside. He meets 3, 4, 5 Pumas there behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose 2 yards on the play, and they'll make it 3rd and 12 now at the 45.
Yeah, nice job by that Puma defense. Swarming to the ball, and you see a little bit more energy out of this defense. Maybe get the offense to match as Ryan Short there to clean that up from the defensive end position for the Pumas.
And Basha not afraid to use up all this clock that they can. They'll get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So the more time they can take, especially tied, they'll use up as much of the clock as possible. So we approach the 3-minute mark, about 3:15 or so. As whistle coming from the near side. And it'll be a delay of game. Flag coming from the back judge. Another delay of game on Basha. 3rd and 16 now.
And I think you gotta, if you talk to Basha coaches, be super happy to know they have a chance to go in this 7-7.5, but going backwards here is not helping them at all, and they're going to be in a bad spot. Look for a screen draw, something safe here, because they don't want to end up turning the ball over this side of the field and letting Perry punch one in right before this half ends. So we got some scores. The one update some people might be interested in.
Yeah.
Hamilton 21-14 leading against Chandler right now.
Really?
So an interesting development over there on Arizona Avenue.
That is definitely one to keep an eye out for. After the penalties now, 3rd and 21. As Sink finds his man at the 41-yard line, but they're not going any further than that. Jace Patton on the reception for Basha. Pick up a few yards, but that's it. And the clock now begins to roll and roll and roll. Under 3 minutes left to go in the half. Problem is, realistically, 2 minutes is still plenty of time for the Pumas.
Yeah, that's an eternity nowadays, the way the offense is going to run. And so Basha can come out. See, the Perry comes after this. These punts have been non-returnable for the most part. And so I don't know, you put a return on, you don't want to get a penalty, but.
Well, punt gets away cleanly. Berger going to catch it. He loses the football. Tried to catch it. Basha jumps on top of it. They have the ball at the 31-yard line.
Well, 2 problems here. So the first one is number 25 who returns the punt. No one blocks him. They just let him go. They're on punt safe. They're watching the backfield. He's right there, and Berger takes his eyes off the ball at the last second and looks at the defender. You fair caught it. He can't touch you. Huge turnover here, and see if Basha can take advantage of this momentum at the end of this half. 2:24 left.
How about that? Basha with an opportunity to take the lead going into the half against the Pumas. A game this close is usually decided by turnovers, and we just saw our first one. On first down, Sink throws on the flat to Barney, trying to get past one, can't do it, up to the 30-yard line. That's where he's tackled.
A nice tackle by Sabetta getting out there, Jackson Ford getting out there, linebackers running to the flow of the ball and able to make tackles, sure tackles, not letting anybody get away. And so just a short gain as this clock continues to run. Just 2 minutes here left in the half. I don't know if Basha's kicker's leg is super strong. They got to pick up, you've got to figure another 15 to get in a manageable range here. As they're taking plenty of time, not worried about it.
Yeah, they're definitely not in a hurry here. End up being a gain of 2.
And they do get the ball to start the second half as well. And so
there is a potential for a 14-point swing here as we have a whistle coming from the far side. Basha are going to use their next to last timeout. They'll have one left. They let a lot of clock go just to burn a timeout.
I think the student section are super excited they called a timeout. So party in the stands.
That's what I'm saying. They're feeling good.
Yeah, 7-7. They're okay with this. You know, it's one of those deals that's more about the ambiance than the actual game, and so that's cool. And when I was in high school, we didn't really have anything like that. It's a little bit more calm in the stands. So another score that I need to update you on, because
please do.
Higley High School.
Yes.
Down the street here, another rivalry game, playing the Blackhawks is Williamsfield, and Higley feeling themselves, ranked in the open division, top 8. Higley wants a chance, thinking they can take on the big dogs. They're down 21-3 against the Blackhawks.
So much for that.
They've come back a couple times this year, so not over by any stretch, but Williamsfield definitely game.
Oh, watch out. No false start there called on that play. Flag coming in late, maybe an illegal formation perhaps, as Barney on the play picks up 3 or 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and short, but this has got to be a penalty on Basha.
It's a false start. So when these guys reset, if you would have stopped for a second and reset the formation, you're fine. If not, it's a penalty. So if 2 guys move at the same time, you're fine. You just got to stop and reset for a second, and then go about your business. But at that point, they were going on the motion, snap on the motion, and so you still have time to reset if you move at the same time, as long as no one's going forward like they're going to get the ball at the line of scrimmage. So 126. See, Perry starts using timeouts here. It'd be interesting if they probably get a stop here short. You'd think they'd probably burn one and see if they can get a chance at this ball.
Oh, Sink was not expecting the snap. He got it. They're trying to set up the screen, and it falls incomplete. And very similar to Purdy's throwaway. I'm not sure how this one is not grounding either.
You can see the bad snap. Thing's fired into his belly here. Not really expecting motion. Doesn't come. Pressure. There's no receiver anywhere over there. How that's not grounding, I don't know. Maybe a make-up call for earlier, maybe.
Well, I guess things end up even now.
Yeah, but there was nobody. Closest guy was the knee brace crutches player on the sideline.
Well, 3rd and 13 now for the Bears. Could have been a lot worse.
Let's see if the Pumas dial up some pressure here and try to make them throw the ball downfield.
Man in motion. Sink decides he'll give to Jones. Jones running up the far side, gets to the 30-yard line, and that's where he stopped inbounds, and they whistled the play dead. Clock stops. Looks like we have a timeout. I guess Perry called it, yeah. So with 1:02 left, Perry burns their second timeout. Ball at the 30-yard line, and now it's almost, what do you do here if you're Basha?
You know, the one thing you can do here is that if you do, you know, it's a 46-yard field goal from here, 47-yard field goal. If you do decide to try to kick a field goal, I'm not sure what kind of leg they got over there, but it doesn't look like a kicker's out there. If the ball reaches the end zone, it's a touchback. And so it's one of those things where you probably, they're going to roll out the kicker here.
Probably go for it, yeah.
As long as it reaches the end zone, it's a touchback. So it's not there's not a ton of risk here. The only risk is the block if he kicks it low, but you know, I've seen teams use this almost as a punt before with an outside shot of making it. So they got some confidence in this kicker for 46-yard field goal, we'll call it, 46 and a half.
Yeah, it sounds about good to me. Derek Bass, the opportunity to give his Bears a 3-point lead with 60 seconds left to go here in the first half. Clean snap, clean hold, kick is away. It's blocked at the line of scrimmage. It's still batted around and eventually is fallen on by a member of the Pumas. Ball did not get past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we call this is a no-chancer. This thing never gets up off the ground, and Puma's able to get a lot of hands on it, look like. The camera guy got faked out, though. So Pumas, one timeout, 56 seconds. Plenty of time for this offense if they get in gear here. Move this ball down the field.
You definitely have a chance. Clock stopping after every first down as well. Helps out. 4-wide set here. Nathaniel Miles, the running back, as Pumas take a peek at the sideline. Read the signals, and now we're ready to go. From the 30. Purdy throwing quickly outside, has Berger. He makes the catch, and he did not get out of bounds. It looks like he's a yard short. They mark it for a gain of 9. Clock continues to run. 45 seconds and counting. Pumas have to hurry up here. They decide not to use the timeout yet. Now 35 seconds. Purdy rolling to his right, throwing for Berger again. Has to get out of bounds. He doesn't have to, actually. Got the first down. Clock will stop.
Still got to get out of bounds there.
Yeah.
He should have ran straight to the sideline. You have a first down. Basha player injured here.
That's Williams.
Yeah, we talked about how he's not the biggest player, so making tackles and stuff in space.
He's definitely not 100%. As Purdy throwing now on the far side to guess who? Berger again. He falls over his own feet. You have to think about using your timeout here, and that's exactly what Coach Jones does. 17 seconds left to go. Ball at the 45. And with no timeouts left, Brian, you probably have 2-3 plays maybe?
Depending on how much time you do another rollout or something, you're going to, obviously burn more time. So let's see if they think about maybe sending Veach deep and throwing up to him. He's a big target for this offense, and even maybe roll out Holdridge for a play, because Holdridge tight end that Lane, roll him up there. He's 6'5", and so but Veach is another 6'7" tight end, so you got a couple shots. Again, gloves make everything even. Maybe just throw one up against Williams is over here hurting, put him on one-on-one and see what happens.
Well, Coach Jones is having a very passionate discussion over with the referees. Talking about perhaps a couple plays earlier in the drive. You see things look like on the field level, the cheerleaders and the student section. Looks like they got some guy crowd surfing over there.
There's a thing, they have, Twitter and everything going on, and they have guys that tweet out best student sections in high school football and stuff. So these guys take it serious. They have their own Twitter account, Perry Hype Squad, and they do their little themes and everything else. And so they take their fun and they stand seriously.
Purdy trying to throw outside. His receiver tripped over his own feet. That looked like Eckstein on the intended play there fell over his own feet. Now 3rd and 4 with 14 seconds left from the 45.
Yeah, Eckstein not a guy we've seen a whole lot this year, and so trying to work him in late in the season, get him the ball a little bit. big target, but
well, now 3rd and 4. Purdy taking his time, rolling out, throwing on the near side. Pass is caught. How about that for a catch?
well, he called it a catch and then he called it incomplete. So let's go and see what it looks like here.
Yeah, he had the initial call as a catch. It looks like he was overruled.
So we don't have it.
Oh, I bet right here. Yeah, ball comes out. Yeah, ball comes out. Ball definitely comes out. Well, now 4th and 4 with 8 seconds left. What do you think here, Brian? Have Purdy roll out and heave one up to the end zone?
Yeah, send Veach down the sideline and throw it up to him. He's 6'7". He's not even on the field right now, so not sure where they're thinking about going with this, but it's your best bet. But you do have time to run a quick out, too, and get a little bit closer.
No timeouts, though. You have to make sure whoever is on the receiving end gets out of bounds. Let's see what they do. Purdy taking his time. They do throw the out, and it doesn't matter. Pass is incomplete with 3.9 seconds. Young, the intended receiver, looks like it was overthrown a little bit. Thrown over and behind him. Pass falls incomplete. And Basha at the 45-yard line. Let's see what they decide to do. They have a chance for a trick play, maybe. I don't think Sink has the arm to get it all the way there. So let's see what Basha have up their sleeve here for a little bit of a miracle play here at the end of the half.
Another score update from down on Arizona Avenue. Hamilton now up 28-14 against Chandler.
What is going on over there?
Chandler, nationally ranked team, and Hamilton game. They have fired up over there on Arizona Avenue.
Oh, well, as for what Bash is going to do, it's take a knee. They're happy with where they're at right now on the field. They'll take a 7-7 tie going in to the halftime break, and that's exactly what they have. Basha will get the ball to start off the second half, and if you were thinking this was going to be a shootout and we'd see a lot of points, you thought wrong. So far through the first half, 14 points between both these teams. 7-7 our score as we head into the break. For Brian Bernier, I'm Jordan Palacio. We'll catch you on the other side for the last 24 minutes of the Val Vista rivalry and the 2019 regular season. Until then, we'll be right back from John Wren Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, performing at halftime, the Basha Bears Regiment.
Welcome back to John Wren Stadium here in Gilbert, Arizona. 7-7 to score between the Pumas and the Basha Bears in the 2019 installment of the Val Vista rivalry. Jordan Palacio alongside Brian Bernier here on the call for this game. Those guys were keeping it moving during halftime, and so was the Basha band. All those festivities have come to an end, and we're ready for the second half of football, the last half of the 2019 regular season.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they even knew it was halftime. Kind of stayed in there the whole time while everybody else was taking a little snack break or whatever else, but the student section, nobody really left. So.
Well, Basha played a pretty solid half of football in the first half. They were able to really maintain momentum of the game quite well. Didn't let the game get out of their hands. Now an opportunity again to take another lead.
Yeah, we talked about how they'd be very happy with the tie at 7-7. A team that early in the year, the Pumas scored points at will, not able to do that lately. And so Basha's got to be happy with this 7-7 game and a chance to pull off the upset.
There's another pooch kick there, return from the 20-yard line, and watch out, the big return here past the 40-yard line. That's Caden Camacho on the return for Basha down to the 42-yard line, and it's good field position yet again for Basha. Those pooch kicks have not been working so far tonight.
Yeah, they're pooching to guys that have an ability to run the football, and so it's one of those things like we talked about before. You pick the wrong guy, kind of like a roulette out there. Sometimes you end up in a worse spot than you would if you just kicked it deep.
Well, here comes Josh Sink. And his troops out onto the field, trying to move the ball here against the Pumas. Basha trying to lock down their spot in the playoffs. Would help with a win against the Pumas here. First play from scrimmage, pass on the far side just outside the hash. That's caught for a gain of 6 yards. That's Carson Bachman on the reception.
Yeah, a little quick out. This is a team I think I would like to see more pressure in their face of the receivers. Force that quarterback who's, he's learning on the fly as the season's gone on. Force him to make throws into tight windows. And so zones are easier to find holes in, and if you make them really kind of throw some zip on it, I don't know how much success Basha can have if they have to go to that.
Jones moves to Sink's left, throw deep over the middle, tipped and falls incomplete. Intended receiver there, Trent Pennington.
Yeah, nice D there by the Puma defense, and able to get an arm in there and bat that down. So Pumas, Kobe Rome in there on defense.
And a nice job, and now early on in this second half, big momentum play here. 3rd down and 6, ball at the 47. See if the Pumas can get off the field. Look out for number 2, Zion Williams, the inside man. Snap is below Sink's feet, and he can't pick it up. It's still loose. Back all the way at the 30-yard line, and the Pumas look like they have it. They do. It'll be Perry football at the 30-yard line.
Looks like Mayberry was the one that got the recovery here. You can see on this replay, they got a snap is low. Instead of just falling on it, tries to pick up and run with it. Not there, and it kicks around. And eventually, Ja'Kias Mayberry with the recovery. Looked like a Jorian was in there kind of fighting for it as well, but he ends up helping his man up. And the Pumas in business now at the 33-yard line.
Sink trying to do too much, trying to pick the ball up, keep the play alive instead of falling on it. Might have cost his team dearly there. Here comes Purdy for his first possession of the game. He keeps himself on the option, bouncing outside with a stiff arm, gets near the markers, forced out of bounds for a gain of about 8 yards to the 24-yard line. Basha's defense have done a great job keeping the ball in front of them throughout the first half. have to really face some adversity here as they give straight up the middle. That'll be more than enough for a first down. That looks like it's Day on the carry for the Pumas. First down.
Yeah, Pumas moved the ball early here. 2 nice run plays to start this drive, and they're in a hurry here, getting that offense right back up on the ball.
Shotgun set here for Purdy. He fakes the give to Day, throwing over the middle. It's caught and just short of the end zone, but it's good enough for a first down. Ball at the 1-yard line.
That's a classic RPO here. You can see Chuba going through it. Gonna take a look at this defense, sticks in his stomach, and there goes Veach wide open down the middle. Easy pickings for this Puma offense if they're in business inside the 5.
Oh, and they give to Day, trying to go up the middle, bounce that further back behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be a loss of a couple yards on that play. 2nd and goal now. Day on the carry, couldn't break past the first line, hit the back of his offensive lineman, and he ends up losing 2 yards back to the 3-yard line. 10 minutes now left to go here in the 3rd. Purdy fakes the give. He's going to take it himself, trying to bounce outside. Now reverses his field and reverses it again. He's at the 10-yard line, and he loses 7 or 8 yards on that play. Purdy trying to make something out of nothing, and instead of it being 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line, it's 3rd and goal now at the 11.
Yeah, bad decisions all around on that play, and Chuba Purdy trying to make something happen. Got to know when to fold him, know when to hold him.
Nice. Nice.
And that was definitely a fold.
Yeah, that was not the hand. That was not the hand to go after it. Well, nothing ridiculous here. Big loss on that play, but it's only 3rd and goal from the 11 now. Pumas have to score. Purdy flushed out of the pocket with a stiff arm, trying to throw it, and does, and it falls incomplete. No laundry on the field. And we'll see what the Pumas decide to go for here if they trust the leg of the lefty, Kyler McCarthy.
This is a super athletic play by Purdy here, and you see he kind of gets pressure in his face right away. Guy comes free, and Purdy able to still put enough on it. Really, ball should have been caught. And so could have been down there close, but field goal on the field. This is, again, a la ASU last week. Get down there real close and take a bad play and a penalty, and next thing you know, you're kicking a field goal.
Oh, this is Kyler McCarthy. From, we'll call it about 26 yards, 27 yards. Clean snap, clean hold, kick is away, and it's through the uprights. McCarthy is money on his senior night. He puts a field goal through the uprights, and he gives the Pumas a 3-point lead.
Yeah, Pumas got to convert there, had the ball right down in there. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, and go backwards. It's not a whole lot of movement and push from that offensive line. So Pumas take that 10-7 lead.
And the Pumas take the lead, but the Basha defense really got the win on that possession.
Absolutely. I mean, to be able to stop that from inside of you, to figure they were going to give up that touchdown. So
let's see what the Pumas decide to go for here. Another pooch kick, perhaps. He had Barney on the first return and Camacho on the last return. Both of them receivers or skill players. McCarthy with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. And it is another pooch kick. It's caught by Camacho at the 22-yard line. And he breaks an arm tackle, still on his feet at the 35, brought down at the 37-yard line.
seems like the crowd surfing's picked up a ton here tonight.
It's a free-for-all out there. Having a good time. Bears defense, Bears offense trying to have a little bit of a better time. Sink fumbling the last snap, couldn't fall on it. Let's see if he can make up for it now. Jones, his back behind him. Shifts over to his left. And that's where the ball's going to Jones, trying to wait for a hole to open up. Does a nice job being patient, ends up picking about 6 yards up there.
Yeah, he said a perfect job being patient. He finds the hole, and Jackson Ford's able to clean it up after the fact, but good job by Jones finding a little seam there.
Well, and it's literally rocking over there. Not sure about the integrity of the bleachers, I'm going to be honest with you.
Certified by the CUSD.
There you go.
Maintenance crew. Weekly, I'm sure.
I hope so. 2nd and 3 now. They go right back to Jones. Puts his foot in the ground, keeps it going. Nice job by Jones extending the play. Picks up the first down to the 49-yard line. About 8 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Pumas up by 3 after their last possession. Picked up a fumble off the snap by Sink at around the 30-yard line. Could only get 3 points out of it. Basha trying to respond. Empty backfield here as Barney shifts over. And they run the fly sweep. There goes Barney to the outside, has the corner, and there he goes to the 40-yard line, down the sideline, taken out from behind, but a huge play for Basha all the way down to the 22-yard line, a gain of about 27 yards.
Yeah, the simple fly sweep here, action. Get it, nice job sealed off on the edge. Get all the blockers, have a nice lane there. Bad angle by Roche. Able to pick up some extra yards there as he brought out of bounds by Mayberry.
They rule him out officially at the 23. But that's the type of big play that the Bears need if they want a chance in this game. Let's see if Sink and company can take advantage. 1st and 10. They give to Jones straight up the middle. There's just nothing doing. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A nice job by Short coming down from the end position to make that tackle.
$7:15 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 10-7 the score. And Basha still, they're taking their time here on offense. Not in any hurry whatsoever. 5 wide set here, empty backfield. Jones moves in motion. They fake the gift to him. Sink's gonna throw, is pressured, has to get out of the pocket. He can't do it, brought down in the backfield. That's a big sack for the Pumas.
Yeah, nice job by Kennedy. Kennedy kind of works his way here from that right defensive end position. Comes on a stunt, comes clean. Nice job by Kennedy making the tackle in the backfield for the huge sack to move Basha back possibly out of field goal range into a 3rd and long.
And now if you're Basha, you're hoping to pick up more than half of it here, really. They tried a field goal near the end of the 1st half. Got blocked at the line of scrimmage. Not sure about the confidence level as Sink throws out wide. Flag comes in from the far sideline. Passes ruled incomplete. Have to check the penalty, though. We'll see here.
And the only thing that makes sense there is an illegal hand to the face or hold somewhat. Let's see what they come up with here. It's thrown late.
Well, it looks like it's against Basha. They're talking with Coach Jones, so possibly a hold, and you'd have to think maybe if it's on Basha, you decline it.
Yeah, I decline this.
Yeah, and then that's what the Pumas are going to do. So it's an illegal man downfield is the call. The Pumas are going to decline, so it'll be 4th down from the 30-yard line.
I'm watching the replay, and there's not an illegal man downfield. I can tell you that with 100% confidence.
I'm not sure what.
I mean, they all took a pass set and dropped into pass. So the only thing I can think of is he was covering the outside receiver.
Maybe. Who knows? Well, they're going to go for it here. 4th and 16. Sink airs it out. Miscommunication. No one's home. The ball landed in the end zone, and the nearest receiver was at the 10-yard line. It's hard to do when you're learning quarterback on the fly, especially at this level. Still haven't built that chemistry yet with the receivers, and the Pumas will take over on downs.
Yeah, after looking at it, I think that the problem was they had the outside receiver was covering the inside receiver, and so that's what they ended up being a legal man downfield. It's actually the receiver, not the lineman. So another score from down the street we talked about earlier.
Uh-oh.
Williamsfield, Higley down 28-3. Still looks like at halftime, so big lead.
And a big lead, and the Pumas trying to extend on their lead. First play from scrimmage here. Looks like they give the ball to, looks like Miles on the play there. He picks up about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 now. Purdy working in the pistol, fakes it, and is going to take off himself, running to the 40-yard line, tripped up, falls forward to the 42-yard line. It'll be a new set of downs for the Pumas.
Seems like there's their best play all night. Has kind of been that little lead action with the running back and then reading that in and pulling it down, and Chuba able to pick up a nice gain there. Pumas actually looking to work some clock here as well. It's one of our faster games. We usually have really long games, so moving pretty well so far.
Well, here on first down, he fires on the flat for Young. Young had to leap up to get it. Stays on his feet, uses his blocker. Another first down for the Pumas in the plus territory down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, so Young's uncovered. Just take a step, throw it out to him, let him get some positive yardage. And Young able to do some nice work after the catch, pick up about 14, 15 yards.
Some miscommunication here on the line, as both teams trying to get set up here, and now they're gonna have to call a timeout. Coach Jones not happy. Matthew McGrain was yelling at, it looked like either Berger or Holdridge, that they were lined up incorrectly. Coach Jones having to use a timeout, and those are a commodity, especially in the second half of a close game.
Coach Jones getting after Berger down there on the sideline. He's upset. He looks like he may have been in a call they really wanted and not able to do it because the formation was wrong. So we're talking to ASU inside linebacker Perry Lum Case Hatch at halftime, and he's excited to see what the Pumas have been able to do since he left, and excited for ASU's game next week against USC. He says they've been working on some stuff defensively to try to take away those receivers for SC that cause a lot of damage, and hopefully the Pumas have a receiver who can cause some damage here on this first down play.
And ball at the 43-yard line, and Purdy keeps it himself, nowhere to go. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now. And ASU's defense, they need some new looks, especially after that game against UCLA last weekend.
Could not get off the field, and they needed to.
No.
In that game. You were there. You know better than I.
It's a tough one to watch. Tough one to watch.
Hope is tough. Get your hopes up, and you lose a game like that.
Yeah, it's hard to see, especially going down 42-10. 2nd and 10 here. Purdy fires quick on the out route to Berger, makes the reception, keeps the feet moving, picks up about 6 yards on the catch there. So it'll be 3rd and manageable for the Pumas, most likely in 2-down territory.
We talk about our games usually last along the ball. We throw the ball so much. We've been running the ball a little bit more, and we got people at home watching. I know Yvette Albornoz is at home watching. She's trying to stay awake. 9 o'clock's about the limit, so maybe we can get done about 9:25 tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. We still have a 4th quarter. I think it's going to take a while as pass is thrown over the middle, falling incomplete. Flag is thrown at the line of scrimmage. Perry's sideline is not happy. Pass intended for Jordan Young. Ref's talking about the flag. Looks like it'll probably be a hold against the Pumas.
One thing I would like to see this Puma team play with is a little more joy. It just seems like in the last few weeks it's been a little more more of a chore to come out here and play on Friday nights, and not a lot of fun. I know in a game like this, you're playing a rival, you get a little tense, but even when they hit plays, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, well, we got a first down, and you got to celebrate their teammates a little bit more and celebrate the big plays and bring it in fun. I mean, what's the point of playing high school football if you're not having fun? And,
right.
I mean, most of these guys are never going to play again after high school, so.
Yeah, after these next couple weeks. 3rd and 16 now for the Pumas after the penalty. Purdy just heaves one up looking for Young, and he just overthrows him by a couple steps. If that throw is there, Young probably strolls into the end zone with a touchdown. Instead, it's 4th down.
This is why pressure in your face hurts. So they get a little push in the middle, just enough to where Chubba can't really step into it because the lineman is pushed into his landing lane for his landing leg there, and so he can't get it very accurate when that's happening. It's one of those things that just a 3-man rush and the lineman is just getting pushed back into the quarterback, and it's one of those things you got to change the technique, start cutting people or doing something else to slow them down. But we kind of saw that last week at a lot higher level as well by the Hamilton defense that was able to get in Chubba's face all night. Caused a lot of problems.
The Pumas are forced to punt here. Punt is end over end. It's going to be returned by Williams. No fair catch. He's going to go. We don't see this too often. Williams bouncing outside to the 35-yard line, and he's brought down before the 40. They rule him at the 37-yard line, and that's where the Bears will take over. Well, Brian, score 10-7, and I'd say with the way both teams are playing, that's probably a pretty fair score, 10-7.
Yeah, I mean, high school football nowadays, you see get teams going up and down the field. We have an injured player. Can't get a number on there. It looks like 22. I'm not sure.
I'll see both training staffs tending to that player. 3:19 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it's not good when you see a limp leg coming off the field and still not able to make out a number. It looks like 23, so that's Kobe Rome, and that's a huge loss for that defense. And probably the best DB they have, most athletic by far, and not something you want to see, especially when you're going to need him this week and weeks to come. Rome is limping off the field. Hopefully it's just a simple sprained ankle or something easy, but by the looks of it, he's in a lot of pain.
That's a big loss for the Pumas. Now the Bears taking over. Almost another fumbled snap. They give to Barney going on the outside on the fly sweep. He picks up a couple yards. Looks like he'll pick up about 3 on the carry.
It could be a loss. Ran out of bounds before he got to the mark.
Yeah, I guess so. Or
all right.
That's not the way it looked, but I guess that's the way it happened. It loses a yard on the play is what's officially called. Singh gets a snap, gives up the middle. That's Barney once again, trying to bounce outside. Flag coming from the near side.
A face mask penalty most likely here. Gonna have a team that's going to be sitting at a 3rd and 12 about now, going to have a 1st down on your side of the field.
And this is the first time I've said this about the Pumas in a while, as looks like Barney's a little slow to get up as they stop the clock. Yeah, he's hurting too down there. Maybe a little cramp action.
It doesn't look like he's too worried about it, so hopefully it's a cramp. See what the flag is, work this one out.
I'm sure it's a face mask. Let's see.
There she is.
That's the call. So face mask, that'll give Basha a 1st down. As I was saying, the first time I've said this in a while, but penalties are really killing the Pumas tonight.
It's been at critical times, and it's one of those things that you just can't get away with when you're in a tight game like this. And we talked about letting this team hang around. They had a 5-game losing streak. It's hard to keep the boat going when you're losing that many games in a row, and then you let a team in like this, and they're going to end up making you pay at some point. And the Pumas are going to end up getting torched on one of these here.
3 minutes to go here at the third quarter. Ball spotted on Perry's 48-yard line. Sink, 3-step drop, throws on the near side to Williams. Can he make a man miss? No, he misses the football. Ruled an incomplete pass, and he is a little slow to get up as well.
I think his pride is hurt more than anything else.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a limp there. He was limping earlier in the game. He's second down now, and that's a big loss for the Bears because Williams is still in the field, but it's clear, no matter mentally or physically, he's not 100%.
Yeah, he tried to run with that before he had it, and he's trying to make a play for this offense that really hasn't moved the ball great in this second half. And so when you're the guy that they rely on, you know it, and you're trying to get everybody going, and just not able to secure that ball before he took off as he tries to dry those gloves off one last time. Maybe they're going to go to him again. He's tipping a pitch here.
2nd and 10 now. They give to Jones, trying to break outside. He had his leg held up. He eventually broke that tackle. Ends up picking about a yard or two. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Basha. Make it 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Ford was holding on for dear life, and Jorian and Sabetta able to come in there and clean it up for him. And Ford, the surest tackler on that defense, but he got some help from his friends, and Puma's able to put them in a 3rd and long here. The chance to get off the field and get the ball back. In other sports, fall sports going on, a badminton team, 3rd state championship in a row, Dynasty.
Yeah, we saw them earlier on the field there, flashing the gold.
Had a doubles state champion as well, a all-Perry doubles championship earlier in the week, and then able to secure their 3rd state championship again. So congratulations to Coach Leno Johnson.
Oh, here we go, trick play. They run the reverse. Williams has nowhere to go. The Pumas were ready for it. Huge loss, and that takes any thought of going for it on 4th down out of the question.
Yeah, Brock Lane able to smoke this out. The newly minted defensive player, played tight end earlier in the year. He comes up, sees it from that outside linebacker position, and I can tell you from coaching outside linebackers a long time ago here at Perry High School, backers are taught to look in the backfield and make sure that that play is not happening. He did a great job with his minimal coaching on it and sniffing it out and not chasing ghosts.
Now they're forced to punt here again on 4th down from the 47. Berger, who dropped the last punt, lets this one bounce, and it's a great punt. How about downs at the 1-yard line? Talk about flipping the field. Basha do a great job of it right there.
Yeah, you can see here on this punt that it just kind of checks up here. And so nice job. Berger does a good job getting away from it. Ball lands, takes a lot of momentum. It's moving. And then that last bounce just dies out. So great job by the Basha special teams and putting this Puma offense in a bad spot. But let's see if they can put something together, put this game away. A long drive might do it here. The way this Basha team has not been able to move the ball aside from that first drive of the game, really.
So it's officially ruled down at the 3-yard line. Little over a minute left to go here in the 3rd. They give straight up the middle. It looks like Nwanko. He picks up a couple yards, gets to about the 6-yard line. We'll call it 3 yards on the carry. The way this game has been going, I'd probably say we're 2 plays away, maybe one more play actually from this quarter being over. I don't imagine the Pumas throwing the ball here, or at least throwing the ball down the field. Ball on the 6-yard line, under 33 seconds left to go here in the 3rd. Yeah, Purdy's going to keep it himself on the draw. Going up the middle, has enough It looks like for a first down out to the 15-yard line. That's where they'll spot him. Clock stops momentarily to move the chains, but it's a first down for the Pumas.
A nice job by Purdy, just picking up what he can. And it seems like he's close to getting one of those like we saw earlier on that hold. He's just one guy away from taking one of those long.
Well, let's see if they are going to run one more play. They give to Nwanko, trying to bust up the middle. Can't do it. Nothing doing for him. Picks up 2 yards, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. It's been a fast-moving game. We've zoomed past 3 quarters of play here from John Wren Stadium, and the Pumas have a 3-point lead. 10-7 our score as we have 12 minutes of action left. The Pumas up by 3. We'll take a quick break, and we're back here from John Wren Stadium.
In the third quarter from Chandler High School, Hamilton 35, Chandler 21.
Welcome back to John Wren Stadium, starting the fourth quarter here. 2nd and 7 for the Pumas, sitting on their own 18-yard line. Up by 3 points, 10-7. Moving from left to right here in the all-navy uniforms with a little bit of cardinal work on the shoulder pads, white stroke on the numbers. Here's Purdy going straight up the middle, hit hard, stays on his feet though. He's past the marker up to the 30-yard line. That's where they'll give him forward progress. First down for the Pumas on the 12-yard carry.
Yeah, tough run by Purdy there, and he's able to pick up the first down. And you know, when he has a full head of steam, guys, we talked about this during the year, don't want anything to do with him. And he gets his shoulders squared and downhill. He's a devastating runner for a quarterback. So Pumas, really, their whole offense is coming out of those plays for the most part. And see if they can. Okay. Decided to need to move back a little bit. So, but yeah, the offense, as he goes, the offense goes.
On first down from the 30-yard line, they give it to Nwanko, who's had space for the first time. Sheds a big stiff arm there. Nice play from Nwanko. Picks up 11 yards and a new set of downs.
Yeah, Nwanko is a really strong runner. He's a powerful runner. You can see here, and he puts the beat down on the guy on the stiff arm, but he's got to be more decisive in the hole. And that was one where he saw the hole and he took advantage of it. I'd like to see him just a little more burst.
Play action here. They throw to Holdridge, who, if I'm not mistaken, gets his hands on the ball for the first time tonight. Picks up about 5 yards. Keeps the Pumas on schedule, and the Pumas are moving the ball here.
Yeah, simple hitch play there. And
now on 2nd and 4, Purdy's going to keep it himself, trying to bounce outside. Staying on his feet, moving outside, and eventually he's knocked down. They rule him down at the 49-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. A player down for Basha. And that looks like Shambaugh is down for the Bears. You can see he's hurting. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Pumas, as the training staff attends to Shambaugh.
yeah, it's like Coach McDonald said, they got a regular mass unit over there at Basha this year, and we need to see some more guys go down as this season has dragged on for them, as multiple injuries, and they only go to the well so much on some of these high school teams as far as depth. And so hopefully it's just something that is a temporary pain and he can recover from this. But you can see the look on Coach McDonald's face.
I'll tell you what, I mean, they're having a good time over there, too, the cheerleading squad.
It's an interesting segue from
Yeah, it is, to injured player to that.
Yeah.
I believe they call that one the Dougie, if I'm not mistaken.
That's your move?
That's not my move, that's her move.
That's your move on Mill on the Friday
Mill
night.
Ave. Oh, well. Back to the football here. 3rd and 2 on the 50-yard line. Purdy rolling out right. Big pressure, trying to set up the screen, can't do it. Now throws over the middle. Jordan Young's wide open, but it's behind him. He tried to catch it with one hand, and it falls to the ground, incomplete.
Yeah, it's trying to set up the tight end screen here up at top, and it's covered. And so Purdy tries to improvise. No men downfield. Young's got to throttle down in there and find that hole. And the ball's thrown behind him, of course, but it's one of those times you got to help your quarterback out there. It's a busted play. He's trying to do everything he can to get you the ball. Got to make that play somehow, some way. Pumas with a 4th and 2 here, trying to convert a midfield.
And offense stays on the field, and we have a whistle coming from the near sideline. And oh, they stopped the clock. No one called timeout.
Holdridge had to come off the field.
Okay, yeah, I guess they were making a sub.
His knee pads were too high.
Gotcha. Well, here we go. 4th and 2. They check the look on what the Bears are giving them defensively. Now can adjust the play call. Big chance for the Bears to get off the field here, and Coach Jones is going to burn another timeout. He only has one left for these next 10 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's a pivotal play. I think I agree with that. If he's not comfortable with what they have and what the players are kind of doing there, it makes sense to get him in the right spot, because this is one of those things. This drive continues. This game's probably over for all intents and purposes, and so he's got to make sure he gets in what he wants and sees the front that he really likes, and able to convert here.
Well, and for the Bears, too, if they're able to get off the field here and go down the field, maybe score, take the lead, I mean, this is a chance for them to really make something happen. And watch this, Brian. They're going to bring out the punt team now. They must have really not liked what they saw on 4th down there.
It just be one of those things. They think their defense is playing well enough. They don't have to worry about it. Keep the pressure on that Basha offense to make plays. And so he's decided he's got confidence in his defense to close this thing out with 10 minutes left in this game.
Or lack thereof in his offense. 4th and 2, and Zion Williams is going to return the punt from McCarthy, who just pooches it up there. Spiraling kick, and not the best one. They limit the return, and they'll mark it out of bounds. Referee is still walking up the sideline. Mark it out of bounds at, we'll call it the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it's tough when you get a net 22-yard punt and you could have went for it on 4th down, but still a long field to go for this Basha offense. See if this Puma defense has it figured out, as we see Rome back on the field after he came off limping earlier. So that's a good sign for this Puma defense. And one of their best cover corners.
Ball on the 27-yard line. As Jones steps in motion. Another one goes across. Sink gives to Jones, who goes straight up the gut, gets a push from his O-line. Nice run for the Bears there. Gain of about 6 or 7 on the carry. Keeps him well for 2nd and manageable. I'll tell you what, you see the Basha student section a little bit, the Perry student section's feeling good right now. They got the DJ playing. However, the only word I can really think of to describe the DJ would be Caucasian. That'd be the only word there. Now, it doesn't really look too much into it. 2nd and 5 now for the Bears. So they give to Jones again, picks up another 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Bears here on a pivotal play in this game with 9 minutes left to go.
I'll go with the playlist being fairly vanilla down there.
Yeah, a little bit. 3rd and 3. Ball on the 34-yard line. 8:42 left to go in this game. The Bears really cannot afford to give the Pumas the ball anymore, especially when they're down by 3 points. Compressed set here from the Bears. Sink in the gun, gets the snap. 3-step drop, throws on the flat, and Barney's wide open. There he goes. He's got the first down. The pass on the flat to Barney was enough to pick up the first down, and the Bears keep the drive alive, keep the sticks moving. First and 10 from the 40-yard line. As we'll roll audio only here.
Yeah, we got a little
bit.
Technical issue.
That's all right. First and 10 from the 40. Another toss play outside to Barney, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Nothing doing. It'll be a loss of 5 yards for the Basha Bears.
Yeah, nice play by the Pumas, trust me, as Brock Lane comes up and smokes that play for a big loss as Barney is down on the play. Second time we've seen him have to take a little break. Some camera issues.
And it's a loss of 4, and Barney is being tended to. He's getting helped up. He's walking on his own power, though, so at least that's a good sign.
Yeah, we have cameras dropping out like crazy. We got a camera guy. I think he's floating up there. There you go. Handheld.
What are you going to do, you know? It's just one of those things.
It is one of those things.
It's just one of those things.
For sure.
14 now for the Bears. High snap for Sink. He's able to hang on to it. Throws on the out, and it falls incomplete. Williams trying to move before he had the ball. Ends up dropping the ball. 3rd down now.
Yeah, it's a tough one there, and he want to make a play like we talked about before, and then ends up not happening.
7:42, ball at the 36, 3rd and 14 for the Bears, who trail by 3 points. And they were able to pick up a 3rd and 3 earlier on this drive, and now they got to pick up 14 yards here. They have to get to the 50-yard line. And with 7 minutes left, it's going to be close to getting to that time where they have to keep going forward here. Some miscommunication defensively for the Pumas trying to get set. Sink throwing outside. He's got his man. That pass is complete. He keeps the pile moving, but well short of the marker. That's Jace Patton on the reception. He gets to the 45-yard line, so it'll be 4th and 5 for the Bears, and now it's decision time.
Yeah, Mayberry, Ford, Rome, all in there flying around. Ford kind of coming up limping after that play, but rallying to the ball, and you're going to see the punt team come on for Basha. They're playing the same game Pumas are. See if the defense can hold up and maybe get a turnover, get the ball on the other side of the field.
Oh, watch out for something screwy here as well. I don't know. 4th and 4, ball on the 46, 7 minutes down. You've lost 5 straight. Why not? Looks like they are playing it safe, though. The punt is away. Swirling kick that Berger lets bounce at the 27, and the Bears will down it at the 20-yard line with 6:47 left to go in the game. The Pumas, if they're able to put a touchdown on the board, I think no matter the length of the possession, they have a good chance of walking away with a win here.
Yeah, it's almost like an NFL game broke out here.
Seems that way.
No one taking any risks. Vanilla, vanilla, vanilla all over the field, including the DJ.
Oh, hey now.
Castile up big over Campo Verde. Campo Verde at one point in the open 8, undefeated, have dropped now looks like going to be 3 in a row. Hopes and dreams dashed.
You hate to see it.
And the Blackhawks all over Higley, 35-10.
Wow. First play, Purdy keeps himself, run straight out of bounds, only picking up a couple of yards. I'm interested in that Hamilton-Chandler score. What do we have on that game?
Yeah, fourth quarter, Hamilton's still up 35-21, so could be a huge, huge night down at Hamilton High School. Have not won that game in years now.
What a win that would be for that program.
A rivalry that they owned for a long, long
Yeah.
time, and they have not been able to get over, and Chandler's been rolling through the entire state of Arizona for the last few years, and so that is going to be a gut punch for that Chandler program.
2nd and 8 now. They throw quick to Holdridge on the out route. That play has been there the entire night, and it is a yard short, it looks like, for picking up the first down. 3rd and 1. Well, here we go. I'd be surprised if, well, I guess I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd expect a Chuba Purdy keeper here on 3rd and 1. Why not? Just go straight up the middle. Instead, they give to, looks like that's Day on the carry. He's got more than enough for a first down. The pile is still moving. How about that? He took the entire pile with him to the 41-yard line. It turns out to be an about 11-yard gain.
Yeah, for Day here, if he's nothing but powerful at the running back position, if you've ever seen him, kid's a bodybuilder on the side, and so he is all muscle, to say the least. And so nice job by Day moving that pile.
Breakdown in coverage here. Holdridge is wide open, and there he goes. Basha didn't get set correctly, and it's 60 yards to the house for Holdridge. Good night from John Wren Stadium. The Pumas put up a touchdown and a point after from going up by 10.
Yeah, busted coverage, and we were in the middle of the replay. We were not set up to see it again, but wide open, uncovered Holdridge, like we talked about earlier. He hadn't had a touch, and then 3 in this quarter, and none bigger than that. Big touchdown there for the Pumas, as they're going to go up by 2 scores with 6:11 left in the game. Yeah, there's a few times that's happened tonight by this Basha defense. That one, they paid for dearly.
McCarthy on for the point after. Kick is up, and it's through the uprights. 17-7 our score in the Val Vista rivalry, and it looks like, barring a miraculous comeback here from the Bears offensively, they have a very tough hill to climb here.
Yeah, they got dust off the trick plays here instead of this run for three, and so you know it's in the playbook. You're an underdog at the rivalry game. You got to figure you got a few in your pocket. Now it's time to spend them.
What does Coach Chris McDonald have up the sleeve? We'll find out. This hasn't been a very pretty game for the Pumas, but they're getting the job done right now. Up by 10 points. The last week of the regular season before playoffs here in the next few weeks.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with all these brackets as everything's done this weekend, and where everybody goes. And you know, Puma's not going to be in the Open Division Championship, but may end up with a nice seed in the 6A playoffs.
And McCarthy is going to kick this straight out of bounds. Not sure if going for the pooch or they had something else planned, but that kick never had a chance, and Basha will get the ball.
Yeah, I don't want to put him in great field position after the huge touchdown play to extend your lead. Now give them a short field.
The Bears come onto the field down by 10 points, needing to make something happen. And these are those situations where you have a very young quarterback, very inexperienced. You get him to start forcing things that aren't there. Could be the time for a turnover. Sink gets the snap, wanting to throw over the middle, and does, and it's in and out of the hands of his receiver, Pennington, falling incomplete for second down now. That's tough. If you're Sink there, he made a decent throw. Receiver couldn't come up with the ball. Just plays like that hurt confidence, hurt your morale as a quarterback trying to find your footing in the last few games here of the season.
Yeah, it's hard. The ball's a little in front of him, but sometimes you think that backer may be there to take your head off. It's a little bit tough to concentrate.
Sink gonna throw again now into pressure. Watch out, almost intercepted. Could have been very easily Puma ball there. Instead now 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Brock Lane right there and almost able to dig that thing out.
You have 3rd and 10 from the 40-yard line, down by 10 points. You have to assume that the Bears probably would go for it on 4th down. Try and keep themselves alive in this football game. See what they can draw up here. Sink wanting to throw. Now he's going to step up. He's got a lot of room to run. Decides to air it out, and it's over everybody's head. Sink only had his eyes downfield. Didn't see that he had more than enough room to pick up with his feet. Instead, it falls incomplete. 4th down now.
Yeah, wide open lane to pick up the 1st down, but got a little too excited. Thought he had the home run and not able to convert. Gonna send the punt team out here again.
Wow. Yeah, that would be the inexperience right there of Josh Sink. Could have easily picked up the 1st down and some change. He had kept the ball on the ground, kept the ball with himself, but tried to go for it all, and it fell incomplete. Here's the punt from Bass. Berger not going to mess with this one after dropping an earlier punt. Lets it roll out, and the Bears will down it at the 11-yard line. And that's where the Pumas will get the ball, where they have an opportunity now where if they don't run the clock out completely, the next time Bash to get the ball might only be with a minute or 2 left.
Yeah, I'll see if they can if they're able to burn this thing out. You got a 4-minute offense for these situations and try to eat up as much clock as possible. Perry pretty good at it when they need it. And so execution here, it's probably going to be the Chubba Purdy show on the run game. Try to eat up this remaining 5:40. Pumas trying to escape with another win in this rivalry.
And if you're the Pumas, probably need about 2 or 3 first downs. Will probably get you to the end of this clock if you burn up every single second of the play clock. Purdy gets the snap here on 1st down. They're going to run right up the middle. That's Miles spinning out of a couple tackles until he's eventually met at the 20-yard line. Forward progress will mark him down there. It'll be a gain of 8.
Yeah, got to be happy with that on 1st down for sure. Gives you a few more plays here to eat up some clock, and Chubba being an experienced quarterback is going to know how to run that thing down as much as possible. No play clocks on the field here at Perry High School. A few high schools in the area have them, but possible, you got to watch the ref for the old countdown, like the 3-second violation in basketball.
And the back judge standing on the 45-yard line will signal it. Purdy keeps it himself. He's wanting to throw, going for the home run for Holdridge, and it's incomplete, knocked from behind. No flags. The Puma sideline won it. They didn't get it. That looks like Mateen in coverage, and he knocks it away.
Yeah, so Purdy fakes the run, has him open, underthrows it. Holdridge trying to get back, almost makes the play, but underthrown ball there. Purdy's got to put a little more air on that. That's another touchdown for Holdridge.
Yeah, especially if he hits him in stride. As looks like there's some laundry on the field. It's an illegal man downfield that the Bears looks like will accept. So it'll be from 3rd and 2. It'll be 2nd and what, 7?
2nd and 7, and it's more time to run off the clock.
I'm not sure about that one, yeah. I guess take your chances on 2nd and 7 instead of 3rd and 2. I guess is the idea. And I doubt the Pumas will probably be throwing the ball again here in the next couple plays. Purdy gets a snap. Yeah, he's going to keep it himself. Go straight up the middle. Tackled by a couple of Bears. Gilbert among them. Gets very close to the marker. It's going to be very close. And they're going to... Looks like they're going to mark him at the marker. They're going to give it to him a first down.
Clock just started, so.
Yeah, Bash is still with all 3 timeouts, so you'd have to assume probably maybe after this play is where they'd start using up those timeouts. Well, movement on the line, nothing doing there. And now Purdy with some calls out to his line of scrimmage, to his offensive line. Young goes in motion. Purdy keeping himself is going to throw to Young on the flat. Young not going to be able to get more than about 5 yards there. Still keeps the Pumas on schedule. And there's a first timeout from Coach McDonald on the Basha sideline.
Yeah, I got to start burning them, and you got to get some stops. And so 4:05 left.
Four or 5 left to go in the ball game. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 27-yard line. The Bears down by 10 points. 2 possessions. Need some combination of a field goal and a touchdown, and they haven't scored since their first drive of the night. The Pumas have been able to shut them down ever since. So both teams retaking the field. If you're the Bears, you got to figure sooner or later you have to dial it up and go after the Pumas here. Here we go, 2nd and 5. The Bears weren't set defensively as Purdy gets out of an arm tackle, has enough for the first down, and there he goes down the far side, past the 40, past the 30, breaks an arm tackle, still on his feet, the 10, the 5, hits the pylon, and he's in for a touchdown. Chubba Purdy with the exclamation points on his senior season. Touchdown, Perry.
Yeah, Purdy can see here, design run. Hits that corner, cuts back, makes a couple moves, and it's off to the races. This is the move here he makes on 9. The cutback breaks the arm tackle and able to run away from the defenders. It's almost like somebody went for the slide tackle there, not able to pull it off, and Joe Purdy puts this game away. Puma's going to walk away with another win over the Bears. Chubba having some stomach issues at halftime, able to grind through it and make the plays that the Pumas needed, putting his team on his back yet again. Gonna pull out a victory for Perry on senior night.
McCarthy's extra point through the uprights. It's 24-7, and that's all she wrote here from John Wren Stadium. The Pumas with a big lead here, 17 points against the Bears, and they'll get out of this game most likely with the win, barring the most improbable of comebacks from Basha. And they'll head into the playoffs 6-4, and they'll look to make some noise with Chandler, who are losing right now.
Tied.
They just tied it up.
Chandler came roaring back in the fourth quarter. 2 long runs by Day Hunter in that game, and they are back in this game with all the momentum. Now with the noose around Chandler's neck, see if they can hold on, or around Hamilton's neck, see if they can hold on here, but all that momentum has gone right to the Chandler side. We're kind of watching that up top here with our colleagues over at Chandler High School doing the broadcast live. They got to be excited. The play-by-play guy was going nuts on that last touchdown by Eli Sanders. He had a 15-yard run, broke a couple tackles. I think Chandler just decided to run it down their throat in the fourth quarter, and it's been working very well for them in this comeback.
I'll tell you what, it's never a good sign when your coaching staff leads the box with 3:51 left to go. Basha's coaching staff are heading home for tonight as a kickoff from McCarthy goes deep. It's caught, and here come the Bears with some room to run. Watch out, down the far side. That's Backman on the return, making something happen. Gets all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, it's the same thing we've seen since Coach McDonald's gotten to Basha High School. These kids will continue to fight, continue to play hard no matter what in these games. And it's one of those things we talked about, all the interviews they've had. And he's got this program going in the right direction. They had a lot of momentum from last year, kind of turned a corner, had a starting quarterback coming back that was very productive, had a lot of hope and continue to lead this team, and he goes down and some other key players go down, and next thing you know, you're starting a freshman at left tackle and you got a running back playing quarterback. But the kids still fight. You can see that in them, and that's the most important thing when you're building this thing.
Now, if that's not intentional grounding, I'm not sure what exactly is anymore. Let's go ahead and take a little look on the replay
See here, now the flag is thrown. So gets late pressure from Ford. Ford, yeah.
I mean,
he threw the flag. He had to talk about it for a minute. They weren't too quick on that intentional grounding flag all night, so that was pretty obvious there.
Yeah, so grounding is the call. I don't want to alarm anybody. There's an iPad in the Basha coach's box that was left behind. I'm going to assume that's not Perry property.
Okay.
So might want to pick that one up. Might want to have someone
maybe he's had to
circle back.
Maybe he had to make a restroom break real quick.
All the coaches?
Yeah.
They all went together?
Buddy system.
Okay, for sure. Sink throwing, almost had his pass intercepted.
Right through the hands of Mayberry there.
Yeah.
Would have been a house call for sure. Mayberry probably the most athletic defensive player all around that we have, and so.
Oh, now 3rd and 26. Pumas get a stop here, force another punt with 3:30 left to go in the game. Probably be very content with just running out the clock and calling it a night here from John Wren Stadium. Sink drops back, wants to step up, and he loses the football, lost it behind him, picked up by the Pumas, and they have a chance to take it back, and they will. How about that for a statement in this football game? The fumble recovered by Ryan Short, and he takes it the entire way back for a touchdown, a scoop 6.
Yeah, it's like they almost took the ball right out of his hand here. You can see, drops back, and yeah, great job by Short. Short causes the fumble, and he picks it up and takes it all the way back for the touchdown. Lyman's dream right there by Short, able to convert on the touchdown. But strip sack and recovery, highlight for the senior here on senior night.
How about that for a senior memory? A strip sack for a touchdown. And out of nowhere, this once 10-7 game has turned in to a 31-7 game after McCarthy's extra point.
We're sitting at 10-7 with like 4:40 left. Now
21 straight points.
Game is completely out of hand.
Yeah.
So Puma's able to, like we said, they had confidence. We were kind of wondering about that punt earlier in the game. Now we know why. Confidence in that defense, able to shut this offense down. They've done that continually here in this game. Puma's going to set themselves up for another playoff game next week. Be a home game. We'll cover that game. Unfortunately, AIA rules dictate we will have to go to the old NFHS network. So your game will have to be on there, and then it'll charge you a fat $10 fee to watch the game on their broadcast, which I'm not sure we can even push the bit rate and the quality we want to on that channel. So we'll see what we do with that game. We might have a another workaround for you guys as well, but the AIA is in a contract with the NFHS to broadcast all playoff games for your $10 fee. So good luck to you, but we will be here. Whether or not we're talking to ourselves, we'll find out next week.
Oh, you love a little pay to watch action. Oh, how about that for a hit? Oh my goodness, this game has gotten out of hand. Oh my. Wow.
So pooch kick here, and here comes Dwight Murray. And he just slobber knocker.
Hit into next week.
Yeah, nice job by Murray getting downfield and doing his job. Another senior, not a lot of playing time for Murray there, but he shows up. His last hurrah here, senior night, big hit. Those are the ones you remember for sure.
Now we got a whistle coming. The Pumas are going to burn a timeout here.
Pumas trying to get some subs in here,
Yep.
and you know, sometimes those guys aren't expecting to get their call, and so I'll make sure they get all these guys in that deserve. The guys work hard all week in practice, and you know, a lot of parents don't understand how this whole thing works. It's, you know, you need everybody out there, all those 100 guys that kind of on the roster of this team, and you may not get a lot of playing time, but still super important cog in the system for the whole program, and so. Everybody needs to know their role. Not everybody's a starter or first-line guy, but still respected by your teammates and still respected by your fellow classmates, and they deserve some playing time for all the hard work they put in during the week as well.
Well, you saw there the Basha student section has thinned out a little bit throughout the night.
Like we talked about for ASU fans, hope's a tough thing.
Yeah.
Keep you hanging on and then break your heart.
Just like that. Just like 21 points in about 2 minutes of game time.
At least it's right down the street, not a long drive home for our Basha fans. And thanks for coming out and force tonight. But
better luck next time.
Going to be on the road next week, likely with the low playoff seed. Possibility we could actually play each other again next week, which would be a nightmare. But that happened to us last year as well.
Second year in a row.
Yeah, that's one thing the AIA needs to do is reshuffle those games a little bit. You can move a seed up or down either way and make it so you're not playing a team back-to-back weeks. But the mysterious PowerPoint system that
I'll
no
tell
one
you,
knows about.
they're a big fan of that formula, that algorithm. David Hines over there with the AIA.
And no one knows what it actually is, and it's not the max prep system, it's a max preps with an adjustment in there that no one knows how it actually works. So
Sink wanting to throw deep here. It's kind of just boiled over to this point where they're just seeing how far Josh Sink, the quarterback, can throw the ball down the field. That one falls incomplete.
yeah, Pumas with some big substitutions in the game as you see a lot of the backups coming in. Korshecki in, yelling out commands. AJ Owen in. Carter Gordon. So a lot of guys, again, that we don't see week to week, and they're trying to make a play.
And watch out, they give the ball to Jones, and Jones still going up to the 50-yard line, picks up a first down.
Dwight Murray with another big tackle. He's ripping him down on the ground. And
Might have gone a little bit more than his jersey there. Flag down, might have grabbed a little bit of the face mask.
the crowd a little upset. Hunter Foutson, a senior. Get some rivalry action. Jake Tupin, another senior. We saw all those seniors out there for senior night. Nice for him to get some playing time. We see a horse collar here.
I don't see that one a ton in high school.
Kendall Butler, another senior D lineman in. So love to see these guys that put in the time, get their time in, as you see some supervisors down there, the cheerleaders. That's the water boys for the cheerleaders down there standing around watching.
as they give to Jones once again near first down. He picks up about 6 or 7 yards.
Tackle there by Caden Miller, senior.
Well, if you're just joining us, you would have had no idea that this game was 3 points, a 3-point game for the better half of the second half, as Williams picks up the first down to the 20-yard line. This has been the best offensive drive for the Bears since their first drive, where they scored the touchdown in the entire game.
Yeah, and so, you know, Puma's rolling in a lot of guys right now, trying to get everybody some time as Eckert comes off the field from the linebacker position.
And they're throwing for the end zone here. Sink just overthrows his man Williams once again.
Yeah, wide open, has missed the corner out. That's the one that has to have a little bit of a touch and not able to connect there for the Bears. So as he send out these seniors, Aaron Henry, Jakias Mayberry, Dwight Murray, Jordan Young, Luke Roche, Jackson Fort, Andre Mayberry, Bryce Holdridge, Kyler McCarthy, Chubba Purdy, Travis Dorches, Caden Miller, Trace Laval, Obina Nokawako, Kobe Rome, Shane McKinley, Matt McGrain, Tracy Franklin. There's a lot of these guys that are still out there making plays.
Yeah, you're going to be going for a while here.
Logan Brower, Jonah Reese, McKenna Nakawano, Jacob Hunsaker, Santiago Hernandez, Gage Gasly, Tyler Glaze, AJ Owen, Cole Sabetta, Kobe Stanley, Jake Tupin, Hunter Fouts, John Hane, sorry I'm probably not pronouncing this right, Dylan Murray, Trenton Tupin, Hezekiah Lockhart, Austin Mankin, Hayden Burley, William Elsley, Hunter Scott, Brock Lane, Connor Tupin, Cade Beach, Cody Harakis, Alex Ajorian, and Kendall Butler. All of our seniors that are listed on our roster. Who knows if they're all out there, but I'd like to give them a nice shout out here on senior night.
They definitely deserve it, and they get off the field as well. Nice play there. Yeah, it was A.J. Owen on the tackle there for the Pumas.
Yeah, see the senior DB making the play. He's hyped up now. That's the energy they need the whole game if they're going to make it anywhere in the playoffs. You got to have some energy like these guys are throwing out there, and he's still hyped. Got the helmet off, throwing up the arms, the mom. Might even get a day tonight out of that one. Before we bounce, let's check this Chandler score real quick. Oh, come on, we need updates here, boys. Williamsfield holding on for dear life now, 35-32.
Wow.
Game they were up big. Desert Ridge defeats Highland. Desert Ridge on a roll.
Dane White in there, quarterback now for the Pumas. That'll probably be the last play of our ball game, as we're still searching for this Chandler score. We're all done here. The Pumas, for the 5th consecutive game and the 3rd consecutive year, have defeated the Basha Bears, this time by a score of 31-7, a 24-point win for the Pumas over the Basha Bears. And we had a yeah boy shouted out to us at our little microphone down by the field. I guess that youngster spotted it, wanted to shout out, well, my friend, you got it. Pumas pick up the 24-point win, and they head to the playoffs on the right note, Brian.
Yeah, and, you know, it's a game that they struggled in early, and we got word earlier that Brock, sorry about that. Chubba was in the locker room at halftime, kind of had a little bit of stomach issue throwing up in the locker room, and gutted this one out to say the least, and able to convert on some big plays for the Pumas, and you know, playing sick like that and able to kind of have the whole offense on your back is a tough one. So able to do that, and you know, Pumas with a little bit of momentum coming out this game, and really kind of have to feel good about themselves going into a playoff without Chandler sitting there waiting for them somewhere down the line. And I'm a team that's gone to the semifinals and finals for the last few years in a row. So see if they can figure out that playoff magic like they have in the last few years.
And the Pumas most likely will be playing at home next week. Where that game will be at is to be determined, but more than likely it will be held at John Wren Stadium. But for tonight, the Pumas end their regular season on top. They finished the year 6-4 with a win over the Basha Bears, again for the 5th game in a row. A 24-point dub for the Pumas tonight, 31-7. We are signing off here from John Wren. For Brian Bernier, Grant Woodford, our director tonight, I'm Jordan Palacio. Until next week, the Pumas win by 24, 31-7. Until next time, good night, everybody.